So what?
Doesn't bother me.
No, I'm just making the video.
Okay.
So, yeah, when I was in the States, Namaste, Shalom, Uncle Justin there, peace and love, peace to the gods, peace to God, all that great stuff.
Peace to the gods.
When I was in the States, it'd be just like this. Let me explain how we say, wherever you go, there you are. How my life is now. This is how it was in the States. Single, working, had everything I wanted and needed. And it was easy. Like, easier than it is now. It was just easier. Like, easy. I ain't even gonna say easier, like, with the herbs and all that now. No, like, meaning I didn't have to use as much effort. But, like, I know I'm also in recovery mode because, you know, the house, I had a pretty decent house. But, yeah, my life was just real easy. Like, yeah, I would just go work every day and go home, work every day and go home. But it was just simple and easy. And I had so much stuff that I'd be like, I want roommates. I used to say it often. I want roommates. And I wasn't saying I wanted roommates because I wanted cheaper bills or cheaper anything. I just wanted roommates. I kind of always did. I know that it would have helped if I would have got roommates and would have been like, look, just help me with the bills, blah, blah, blah. But, no, I just wanted roommates. I wanted to give people the experience that I was having while I was alone, while I was staying by myself. Cause I was just free, you know, still free, but freer now actually. But I always wanted to share those experiences and share my success with other people. And I think, well, I know that same energy just carried itself on with me to the tropics. Even with having the tribe, having the group, whatever we want to call ourselves, I'll be the one going out and being successful. And whatever I had in surplus, what would I do with it, Kaj?
You give it away.
Mm-hmm. To who?
To the people who need it around in your community or the people that come over your house.
I mean, excuse me, I switching around. When it comes to me being in the tropics, being in the tribe, I would go out, meet people, have success, get energy, and then I would bring that energy back to the house. So I got to share my success with other people, with other reflections of myself. I would go out. For example, let's say if I was working with Tony. Tony had a lot of stuff that he wasn't going to take with him. So because of that, once I got the things I got from Tony, which would be like, let's say like the cleaning supplies, like the mops and the brooms and all of that stuff. Matter of fact, the purple broom is one of the ones that came from Tony, if I recall correctly. Correct? Is that right? Yeah, didn't that purple one, the one that came from Tony? But like, that's an example. Would you try to pop the knuckles and hurt yourself?
My hands have been
Because you've been using them. So you got muscles in your hands that you're using now that you haven't been using before.
And I'm starting to get a little bit. I have little calluses from scrubbing and broom and mopping and brooming so much. I have broom calluses.
You're using them. You know, that's what happened. How mine get so thick? I've been using them so much. You know.
My hands are still soft and nice.
They are. But my hands are still nice. So, well, but yeah, go out, have my success, bring the success back to the group, even to the point to where I had Osiris working at the job.
Yeah.
You know?
Got him a little outfit.
Got him an outfit, Bird made his own money, did his thing. You know, it's great. It's great.
He looks so cute in his outfit.
I literally took the energy of my success and dished it out to those that were around me. Even when it comes to fruits and herbs and stuff, people would just bring fruit. And I know I wasn't going to eat it all, so I just share it with the rest of the group. It wasn't nobody else doing it. You know, very rarely would it have been other members of the group bringing stuff for the rest of the group to share.
My aunt did.
What did he bring?
He got mangoes and some things a couple times. I think a soursop.
You mean in Vegas?
Yes, and maybe.
I'm talking about with the tribe, guys. I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about.
Vieques or in here?
No, I'm talking about here with the tribe, specifically. So that means you got Adam, Kite, Liz, Ezekiel.
They didn't bring any fruit.
That's what I'm telling you. That what else? What else? What did
anybody did? I remember my aunt. I think he brought me some fruit 1 or 2 times.
Okay. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, nobody else was providing as much as I was.
Nobody else was. You're right.
Not even close.
Oh no, not at all.
Not even close. I am a provider. I am a provisionary. You know, I think one of the words we used back then was providence. Providence was the word. God's providence. But it's all provided. It just is. It's already here. But yeah, came to fruit. I brought a lot of fruit. A lot of food. Cleaning supplies, any kind of item somebody needed or wanted. Even when it came to things that needed to be built or fixed, I could have been the one that did it. But you know, people would rely on Francisco. That's fine. But yeah, it made me feel good. It always makes me feel good to fulfill that role. I think it says it in the pattern too. I like to be the role of the provider, which makes sense. But why did I even say that shit?
Well,
I wanted to share my success.
Provider, even when you were in Georgia, and then now that you've come back here.
Yeah. It's the same energy. It's the same energy, just me sharing my success with others. Whether it be now instead of me sharing as much of the material success that I used to share, like the money and freaking if it was alcohol or weed, I used to even provide weed. Like so when you started expressing that pattern, it just reminded me of me because I would just be buying weed and be like, "Oh, y'all coming over? Let's smoke." I was doing that too.
I just got a key today, baby.
I'll just be doing that shit. Sitting on camera, gosh, okay. but
Oh, not right now. Okay. No, I'm talking about a long time ago.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that would also be something I would be providing. You know, we had plenty of alcohol. People wanted to drink and get drunk. Back then in Georgia, it's just I've just been like that. But I don't have that same feeling anymore. Like I don't, because of everything that I've gone through, I don't have that same feeling of like wanting people to share to my success. Like now, it's like that was my expansion phase. Like having people come in and do this and do that. That was my expansion phase. Now I'm more in my contraction phase. So it's just me, solo dolo, focused on what I think I'm pretty sure I need to focus on. That's why my life is operating the way that it is, so I can focus more on myself, period, and not focus as much on others. Like I said to you before, you had mentioned the whole like doing more Babylon stuff, which fuck no. But I just know I'm in this contraction phase because one of the things you said to me was you probably should focus more on yourself instead of other people, which was interesting because it was true, but it was interesting because I always have been focused on myself. Like that's how all of this stuff happened. That's how I get the jobs I get, and I work what I work. I network. Like, that's how it happens. I focus on myself, and I think it's possible. Well, no, it had to be subjective. But I was gonna say, I think it's possible that it wasn't me who was the one who wasn't as focused on themselves. It was others. Not all of them. Not all. Most. Strong most. So of course it's a reflection of me. But like, I think in order for me to even be in a provisionary position, I have to be focused on myself. Because it's like, if I want to help others, I have to put myself in a position to do it. So I gotta focus on me. But that, my sun and moon in the 11th house. So of course I'm gonna be focused on. I'm gonna put my attention on others as well. I just think right now, I'm in my, like I said, I'm in my contraction phase. I'm more in tune with my Saturn. My Saturn is about being goal oriented, being open minded.
What is the 11th house, Taurus?
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Friends.
Okay, that's why for the group. Okay.
Friends and networking. Yep.
Okay.
So the things that I do, the example that I set for the group, everybody watching, all the cells watching, shit like that for the group. It's not just for me. It is, but yet it isn't. It is, but yet it isn't. I said earlier to Essence, that character is talking about healing this and healing that.
What character?
The female character,
Okay.
the one that, she who shall not be named, for the record. But she said a lot about healing. Like she said, Kaj call herself a medicine woman, all this other shit. Now, when it comes to Talib never called himself a healer. Like, Essence even said the same thing. She said, I've never heard you refer to yourself as a healer.
Yeah, I know.
I might say a teacher, I might say a coach, a guide. I know I'll certainly say coach. I ain't gonna say mine. I'll certainly say coach. Life coach specifically. But yeah, like that whole growth versus healing, you already know how I felt about that, how I feel about it. And I meant what I said. I've been proving what I'm saying too, because all I've been doing is growing. Even when you look at the environment and the attention, the plants, the house itself, restoration mode, establishing the foundation, is growing. It's getting more dense. It's getting more efficient and clean and organized and structured. That's what growth looks like and feels like. I've been growing. Gaining finance now. I'm paying myself objectively. And I'm practicing my craft, what I'm really good at, and it's paying off. It's growing. I wouldn't call this shit healing, would you? What the fuck? What do you mean healing?
Healing, you have to be injured.
Or sick, yeah.
An injury, yeah.
Gotta be injured or sick.
Yeah, I'm not sick.
I'm not sick.
Definitely not.
So if I'm not sick,
I'm healthy.
I'm healthy and I'm growing.
I am. I'm super growing.
The phrase carbonation came up with was growth over comfort. And I said, man, you gotta be comfortable in order to grow. When you look at plants, they have to be comfortable in order to grow. Number one, the plant's gotta be established with the roots. It's gotta be comfortable. It's gotta be in one spot, stationary, still. When the wind starts blowing, if the plant is too leggy, it'll fall over. It's uncomfortable. So you have to cut it shorter. And then the plant will grow leaves to help balance itself out, to be more comfortable and continue to grow. But there is no growth when you're uncomfortable. That's the healing part. If you would have hurt your hand, or like when I cut my foot, Shit wasn't growing. I was healing. Yeah, there's new cells and shit putting itself together, but I was healing. And I had to put a lot of attention on that.
You were growing the healing cells.
Yeah, growing the healing cells, yeah.
Yeah, you can't focus on growing extra leaves and branches if you're just regrowing your bark.
Nope. So in a sense, I guess in order to be more objective about it, I would have to say, let's not separate growth and healing. Like some people say you can grow and heal at the same time, and I was like, I don't know if that's a thing, man. I watch plants, like I watch them. Go ahead.
Oh, it made me recall that one really pretty video I did of the mango tree in the back, and it said, growth, this is what healing looks like, or something. It was just really visual.
You said sometimes you have to cut off the branches that may interfere with the power lines, but it doesn't mean it's going to kill the tree or the tree is going to die. It's just going to grow. It's going to grow a different way. You just got to cut off all the loose ends and all the loose ties. You cut off what's no longer serving you. And that's what you do to heal. That's why when it comes to she who shall not be named, motherfucker not serving me, cause motherfucker ain't got nothing to offer me at all. At all. Nobody can serve me or you if they have a low sense of self-worth. They're not gonna be able to do it. They're not. What are they gonna serve you? What is valuable enough for them to serve you? Yeah, pain, that's it. That's it. So that's where I'm at, man. I look, I'm a servant myself. I'm a servant to the universe. So I look for other people who are servants, So I attract and I gravitate towards others who serve the universe, who serve God, who serve what grows instead of what destroys, instead of the devil, the wickedness. You know, whatever you cut off that's not serving you is weak. You ever thought about that? Like when you look at a plant and it's got leaves that are wilted on it or a branch that broke, it gets weaker. So you got to cut it off.
Well, I liked what you were saying yesterday about even in a group, you can look at the person dishing out the most or has the worst attitude. That's going to be your weakest person. That's
Every time. And when you made them videos, talking about Adam at the time, as far as I'm aware, and that was the person doing the weakest, wackiest shit at the time. Not saying that character itself is just a weak person, but at the time, that was the weakest link. It was causing the most trauma, and the most pain, and the most stress, and all of that stuff, and there was no growth. There was no unity. There was no sense of community with that character. It just, no growth was there. So we had to cut it off.
Yeah, Nature Boy called that one.
Well, I called it myself because I've got common fucking sense and logic.
Yeah.
But
he was like, hey, bro, you seeing this shit? You're like, yeah.
Yeah, man, of course. I know. That's why I was so nonchalant about it. I'm like, yeah, man, I know. I've been doing this shit for years. I really have been doing this for years. I've really been seeing these patterns for years. Probably like 9 years, 8-9 years now. Same stuff. So yeah, as long as you cut out the energy that's not serving you, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And whatever ain't serving you already weak anyway. Whatever's not trying to serve you or looking out for your greatest good is already weak anyway. It's already weak. Sickly. You don't need to, neither you nor I nor anybody else in life needs to look for servants. You just need to be the servant.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Look for servants.
Yeah, you don't have to look for servants. You don't need no maid. You don't need no butler. Serve yourself. Self-service. Serve yourself, and if you're not serving yourself, you're gonna have to cut yourself off. You're the weak link if you're not serving yourself. Cause if you got into a group and you're not used to being self-sufficient or self-serving, you're gonna be a parasite, an actual parasite to the group, just hanging on and waiting for everybody else to serve.
You better learn real quick how to be a good servant in the group.
You better. I provide the best service.
I do.
That's what makes me so beneficial to a group. That's what makes me so beneficial to myself. That's what makes me so beneficial in a couple. I provide the best service. And it's a multifaceted service. Meaning it ain't just one thing. I'm not just out here applying, talking and using my voice and public speaking and rhetoric and just talking it. I'm out here talking it, living it, acting it, freaking being creative with it, having fun with it. With my life, with services specifically. I do it all. Francisco looked at me yesterday. He was like, plomero, carpintero, mecánico. I said, yeah.
That's great.
You know, service.
The recognition.
Yeah, I'm grateful. Especially coming from him, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Because I work real hard. I know he respects the work ethic. Because he was like, yeah, he works hard. I mean, he said it to you many times. He's like, yeah, he's a hard worker. Mm-hmm. And that was before he was even letting me work with him. But I always knew, especially when it comes to Francisco, and I got to be subjected to use this concept, I knew he needed help. Regardless of him saying it or not, I knew he needed help. Mm-hmm. He's older. Usually when I see older people, sometimes I'll be like, I really don't even want y'all to lift the muscle. I used to say that to Mike and Cassandra when they were talking about paying me and stuff. I told them, yeah, but I was like, I would have just did it for y'all for free, but y'all offered to pay me, so I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna take it. Mm-hmm. But there's many times where I would do work for them and be like, man, don't worry about it, man. And they'd be like, man, shut up, take my money.
Yeah, take that money.
Take it, just take it. But yeah, I was just able to see where the holes were when it comes to the house and Francisco, how he was looking at it. Like, I could see what needed more attention and what needed more energy, and I just made sure to just be that energy. Instead of going, hey, you need to do this, you should do this, you should do that. I just chose to be the energy. What time is it?
10:07.
10:07? Okay, I'm about to get in the shower. But yeah, I wanted to say that. What's the moral of the story? Service, servitude. If you're successful, instead of trying to be greedy or keeping it to yourself, the best thing to do is to share it with others. The absolute best thing to do when it comes to being successful is to share that success with others. I mean, I think I was going to say we're naturally going to end up sharing the success, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. I'm just speaking for myself. Success is something, if your cup runneth over, you got to give it to other people. You got to. If you got way too much on your plate, you need to share your food. Great analogy.
Ooh, that's like good.
If you got way too much on your plate, you need to learn to share your food. I even share with the cats. I make sure if I don't got cat food, which I might start buying again. But I like giving them actual meat that I'm eating or meat that I cook or something like that. Or if I go out, I like giving them those experiences instead of them having just the same old cat food all the time. Plus other cats try to come over here and eat, which is borderline okay. Borderline. It's kind of like feeding other people children you don't know them. Yeah. What yeah. Is there anything else I want to add to this? Anything else I want to add? I gotta get these thoughts out. Whatever's not serving you anymore, just take that shit. Just do whatever. What's that phrase? Even when it comes to your service, you kind of just get in where you fit in.
Get in where I fit in,
which is everywhere. Like, even with you guys, I'm glad. I said this to Essence earlier. I'm glad you kind of just offer a service. Like even with the food, I might not even be hungry. He'll still bring food. So you're doing what you can to at least put yourself in a position of service, and I highly respect it. I even like, I remember when Kite would come by and ask if anybody needed anything. I like that a lot too. I totally respected that. But I'm glad you watched those videos too about the weakest ones are gonna be causing the most stress and trauma. Interesting.
Oh my goodness.
The strong ones are gonna be having all the solutions and helping this and helping that, but the weak ones you gonna know. You remember that TV show, The Weakest Link?
Yeah.
Ah, The Weakest Link. Goodbye.
Ah, The Weakest Link.
Goodbye. I'm the strong link, yo. I'm the foundation of this thing. I'm the foundation of the chain link. The glue. I'm the weld that holds the steel together on the chain links. Got that one out? You got that analogy? But yeah. Gotta be in a position of service. Gotta cut off what no longer serves you. Everything in my reality, everybody in my reality is serving me in some way, shape, or form, and they're serving my greater good. Not a trauma. They're not serving a trauma or a pain or confusion or weak stuff. Like, we thriving, we having a great time. Things are good. Like hearing them, I'll tell you this. Hearing Andy and his cousin play video games and laugh and joke, it's a great feeling because it didn't used to always be like that.
No, it didn't.
So it lets me know.
There's like the TV with the screaming and the explosions and.
They playing video games. Yeah. I like that. It
but now it's different though. It's like got a uplift. It's like It's like a happy.
That's part of the reason why I actually feel good about him taking some of the stuff, because I'm like, whatever was there is something that was needed. He got what he needed and made him feel better, and that made everything balance out. It's like if I would imagine, like, all right, let's say everybody in each room had a lot of money, but one person in the room was just flat broke, so to speak. The energy wouldn't feel right collectively because one person would be kind of like the weakest link. It'd be the one that's not on the frequency, So like, I know that when we provided the things that we want and we need, we're gonna be happier. So me, when I give things, I'm doing it because I know it's gonna make the reflection happier. I know I'm always gonna be successful. I'm always gonna be in a position to provide things. I'm always going to put myself in that position. I'm always going to be requested to provide services, whatever. So like, just that thought is what keeps me motivated and inspired to keep on going and keep on moving and doing what I do. There's a lot of smiling and laughter when it comes to me and Francisco. We have a lot of fun. It is hard work, but we actually do have a lot of fun doing it. And it always pay off. Doing with the landlord, I'm using his name with all respect, but yeah. What else would I like to add to this? Now that I'm calm, I just really enjoy this. Even when you look at your life, car, and how it's operating, the people you live with, the people that are serving you, they're people that are serving you.
However, we all serve each other.
We all serve each other. That's what it's about. You all serving each other.
And it's cool. It's like, at any given time, although I don't hardly do it at all, but I could be comfortable, we'd all be comfortable with saying, hey, will you get me a cup of coffee or something, hollering into the next room. Mm-hmm. And no questions asked. Like, whoever you ask, they'll be like, yeah, they'll get you, myself included.
It's a service.
Yeah, I like that. Or, will you take my clothes out of the dryer and hang them up? Yeah, okay. Like, we're all like that. Mm-hmm. I love that.
You need that.
It's like a family. It feels like a family over there. Like I'm with my sister and my grandpa. That's what it feels like.
It's supposed to feel like family, right? But I understand when Osamari was like, I want to be somewhere that has more of a sense of community, and like I already have that sense. I come with it. I literally come with it. But I knew it was because of one character. One character.
Oh, that time that he was gonna come that one
Yeah,
time?
him and
Yeah,
all
and
this.
he
Yeah,
didn't. And
he
yeah, we
didn't.
both knew. We were like,
It's the same character.
and that was right during that time that Caesar had jokingly called dude and his girl at the time and said that we wanted to have we wanted to marry them or something like that.
Have a threesome with him, some shit like that.
Yeah, like a four, like a
bro.
yeah, and like in the middle of the night and shit. Like he called us up to because it was concerning him. Like what? Who does that shit?
I'm glad that he at least. I'm glad that Christian at least like called to verify. Yeah, he called to verify. Like, bro, what's going on? I'm like, nigga, I would never. No, what? It's not a joke if you the only one laughing. Like, if there's a group of people, and you and one person the only one laughing, it's really not a joke. If you're saying some shit and it's, you know.
Yeah, and that you know what? Yeah, if you're maniacally laughing at something and everyone else is concerned.
It's not a joke.
Look at that shit,
look at
man.
Yourself, man.
Like, what are you laughing at, bro?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Immune cells, white blood cells, platelets, skin cells, red blood cells, plasma, you name it, all of y'all.
Melanin.
Love y'all. Melanin, carbon.
Photosynthesis for you green beans.
All of the elements that make up this body, this collective body, this collective collection of cells. We doing a great job, yo. We set the example. We set the bar real high, so it gives everybody else on the outside, so to speak, all the other reflections.
Yeah. It
gives them something really high to reach for, and it's reachable. It's not something it's not like the whole invisible God.
Yeah. We're here.
It's not like the invisible God or invisible Allah concept, any of that. It's like, hey, you can be doing this stuff too.
It ain't no NFT.
Yeah, it ain't no NFT. Was it non-fungible? Non-fungible token? So yeah, that's what it's like, setting the bar this high. And I've been this way for a long time, Colin. Long time. And people, like when I look at all the people I've met, they kind of had to see me cultivate it so they can understand all of it. Essentially, I'm going to say it, the shit I've been talking about, what I've done in my past. I'd be like, y'all hear me talking? I'm just talking. You ain't seen me build stuff. You ain't seen me do this and do that. Y'all ain't even seen this shit. I know how to do all of this stuff. I'm just new now. You're just looking at the character that has the skills, that just needs the experiences to cultivate the skills or to use the skills or apply the skills. There we go. Apply the skills. And I had to basically just take control at a certain point. Essentially, even though I wasn't asked to do many of these things, I kind of had to. Because it wouldn't be
comfort.
Well, that, and when I actually started taking more control over the environment, it grew a lot more, because it was like, wait a second, he's on to something there. He's on to something. Okay, he got this, he got that, he's doing this, he got this idea, this looks great, this looks good. You know what? Let me work with it. I've been kind of trying to work against it, but let me work with it now, because he got some heavy shit going right now. I'm like, yeah, man. And I did it without distraction. I was ignoring the fuck out of everybody. I'm like, yeah, I love y'all, fuck with y'all, but I got to get this shit done. If you're not going to help, fuck yeah, I do it myself. I just had to be. That's what it takes sometimes. I remember Patas saying that one day. If I ask somebody to help me, or to help me build something, and they don't want to, shit, I'm just going to keep building. It's going to keep building. I already had the vision from day one. I just knew that it was going to be certain details that was going to get added, and I knew I'd be able to add. Like there was for a long time I kept saying, all right, now the yard's good. Now I got my basic stuff that I want, so now I can just add things here and there and multiply stuff and propagate stuff, get it dense. All of those little things help. One thing I didn't even talk about often at the house when I was planting so much was I cleaned up a lot of trash. Like, notice how wide my eyes are. I cleaned up a lot of trash from this yard. A lot of plastic, metal, old shit, whatever chemical you name.
Yeah, that's the part I didn't really.
Y'all didn't see it.
I got here, right?
No, you was here. All of y'all was here. The whole tribe was here. I used to clean up a lot of trash.
Like from inside the dirt, or just?
Yeah, from inside the dirt, in the grass.
Trash on the ground. I know I didn't.
Well,
Except
some
for
of it was.
butts.
Well, yeah, cigarette butts and black and mild tips, because there was a lot of them shits.
Yeah, I ain't gonna claim those.
And I never throw black and mild tips in the grass.
Oh, I've never done
Never.
that. I've never done that.
So I knew it could only be one of two people,
person, yeah.
or both.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. Same person throwing black and mild
their
tips.
Name on everything.
Yeah, that's one of them. Writing their name, writing that name everywhere. But yeah, I cleaned up a lot of trash, yo. Like even there was like plastic clothespins and metal and different like pipes, like plastic tubings, and you name it. I cleaned up a lot of trash. That's the reason why it feels the way that it does, because it ain't just, all right, I'm just gonna keep the trash here in the dirt and still plant stuff. Nope.
No.
I have an eye for detail, so I made sure to get the energy of the trash out. Literally, I got the energy of the unnatural stuff out of the dirt. And threw it out. There'd be metal, and I remember there was like not plastic, the cables for the TV. You know the cable things, the cord, the coaxials, stuff like that. I done seen all kinds of stuff in that trash. Glass, actual glass.
And we ain't talking about that pretty bleached glass.
No. Actual sharp ass glass. I cleaned up a lot. Rocks, you name it. I organized and cleaned up a lot, and it went unseen. So like people would see that, y'all would see the after effect of what it looked like when I got done with a certain area. But I cleaned up a lot. I threw away a lot of trash.
I believe it.
You know, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to help, because I knew it was just so many details to pay attention to. But I'm actually glad I didn't get that help, and I was able to do it by myself, because it made it added more value to it. So yeah, now I'm back to where I am. I'm flowing. How does World News say? I'm streaming and beaming.
Streaming and
beaming. I'm good. It makes me really, 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 really happy to be at the state that I'm at again. Though I am tired, that's what it takes. I put out a lot of energy because I get a lot of energy in return. Yeah. And if I don't put forth much, I'm not gonna get much in return. However, just like an investment, once you invest something, you don't have to necessarily keep giving it attention. It's just gonna grow.
Yeah. You invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's a sound investment, and yeah, you don't have to be hovering over it.
Yep, that's a great way of saying it. Hovering over it. So make sure you invest your time and your energy wisely. I've been asked numerous times how I'm able to do what I do, and the word is energy conservation and energy management. That's how I'm able to do it. I do things step by step, little by little, and it all comes together. I'm thinking about how I looked to everybody else while I was walking around the yard and just doing stuff, listening to the music, or maybe smoke a spliff and then come back outside. I wouldn't be saying nothing. I'd just be smiling and working. Smiling and working. So yeah, let me get in the shower. Talk to y'all later. And next time you see me, I'm going to be greater than I was during this video. This is not how happy my environment is. Peace and love.